Hey y'all, now today we are facing an opponent whose sexiness level is just so much far superior to the average person. We are facing RobotnikIsSexy. Now, if you're not familiar with him, you're about to find out who he is. He is also a PokeTuber. He puts up stuff just for fun, does some showdown stuff, does Wi-Fi's, and definitely does cool thumbnail art. So I highly suggest that you go check him out. I will leave his link in the description below. Now, in today's matchup, I am bringing a Ninjask, Slowking, Xatu, and Rhyperior. Well, first of all, I want to get into my defensive core in Rhyperior, Slowking, and Xatu. Now, the reason I kind of have a triple core like that is they cover each other pretty well. Now, Rhyperior is going to be there to take physical hits, such as like the knockoffs and, you know, things of that nature. And it's going to be immune to electric typing. Xatu is going to be there to take any grass type attacks, and Slowking is going to be there to take any water attacks and any ice attacks, pretty much. So that's what my idea for the core is. I'm also carrying Heliolisk with me, which I have as a Scarfer. I scarfed it because if I brought that, it's pretty much going to outspeed anything that he has. And I also decided to bring Gallade with me, just because I wanted to try out the Gallade set that I made up. So I wanted to see how it would hold up in a battle. Now, he is bringing a little bit of a fierce team here. Now, I see the Delphox, I see the Abomasnow. I was expecting it to be a Mega, so I was definitely a little scared of that. He has Masqueen, which is, you know, if you've watched his channel, it is quite legendary to him. Now, there's also Drapion, which I was fearing because I do have two things that are weak to Dark. Also, I do have Gallade with the Justified boost. However, my defensive stat really isn't too great, so keeping that matchup will work out for me, because if I am able to live a hit, I can get a Willow off and hinder it that way. The Claydol is going to be in there, which plays a huge role because I can't have this guy setting up Stealth Rocks while I have Ninjask out there. And also he has a Chinchino. Now, let me show you what goes on in this battle. Now, I am going to end up leading with Ninjask. However, this is not your normal Ninjask. If you have ever watched NBZ's 5 Guys and a Gigalith, you will know this is no regular man. This is the fucking man. Choice Banded Ninjask, a custom set of NBZ's. Now, I wanted to use it, it's fun to use, and I let him know exactly who I am right off the start. I go for the Choice Banded U-turn, almost take out the Chinchino, and it will give me free access to go right into Rhyperior. Now, I know I could take the hit, he's just going to end up going for a U-turn, and I want to see what he goes out into. Now, he is going to straight threaten me because he's going to bring in Yellow Snow the Abomasnow. Now, at this point, I was expecting the Mega. I really didn't know what to do. I wanted to go into my Slowking just because I was expecting the Grass attack. But also, he could play Mind Games, where he could just go for a Blizzard and then take out my Xatu if he wanted to predict that. However, he kind of takes me off guard here. He doesn't go for a Mega Evolution. He ends up just going straight for the Energy Ball. And now this leads me to believe either A, he's just messing around with me right now, getting in my head. And the unfortunate thing is I can't find out what he is, because now he ends up critting me with the Energy Ball. So now at this level of health, he could take me out with a Blizzard. So I can't go into Xatu to resist the Energy Ball and get the regen boost. So I am just going to have to let Slowking go, you know, in the very beginning of the game, which is unfortunate because I really could have used him later on. Now, the fact that I bring back in my Ninjask here and force him out really kind of tells me that he's definitely not running Mega. So I'm not sure what he's running. Definitely a choice item I'm expecting. So I know Choice Scarf is a thing with it back in 5th gen, so that's really my only option that I could think of. He's going to end up bringing in the Claydol. I am going to U-turn out right into Xatu because I don't want him setting up rocks. I really want to force him out. So I realized that he's probably not going to want to stay in here, and I am able to set up my first screen. I am going to end up going for Reflect, as he is going to switch into his Drapion. Now, with the Reflect up, I know he's going to go for knockoff because, you know, why wouldn't you? Getting rid of an opponent's item is really helpful in battle. So I figured the Reflect is up. I'm max HP and max defense in Rhyperior. I'm going to end up switching into that. I am going to lose my leftovers, but you know, this is really my only, like a really optimal switch I have. I could have gone into my Gallade, but I figured I could use this opportunity to really like get my rocks up. He's going to end up going into Shinshino here. I am not fearing what it's going to do to me. Now, I do catch it on the switch with the Stealth Rocks, and he's going to end up going for Rock Blast. I really didn't have anything to fear in switching out here. I could have gone for a substitute. However, there is something stopping my substitute, and that is going to be the Claydol with the Levitate. And also, my Rock Blast isn't going to be doing much to that, and I do not need him getting his rocks up. So I'm going to end up going for a Rock Blast, just in case he wanted to switch out and go into the Claydol to dodge the Earthquake. But keeping the Shinshino around was really kind of pointless, as it would have died coming back into Stealth Rocks regardless. Now, here he brings the Abomasnow back in. Luckily, the 25% will be taken down each time Abomasnow comes in. However, I really have absolutely nothing that wants to take a Blizzard. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cross my fingers, go into my Zatsu, and hope that I could take this Blizzard. Now, I am specially defensive, so I do end up taking it, which is perfect. However, he does get the freeze on me, which it really isn't too big of a difference. Just the only thing that really stops is I can't get a light screen up. So his Blizzards are going to continue to just do massive damage to me. Now, my walls are just being broken here. He is literally tearing my team piece by piece, just down to the floor. Now, he's going to end up switching out here, fearing, you know, the U-turn, because he knows how important the Abomasnow is. Now, I end up going for Aerial Ace here, just because I figured nothing on his team really wants to take an Aerial Ace, and to be completely honest, I thought Choice Banded Aerial Ace was going to do much more than that to the Masquee. Now, I'm in a bit of a situation here. Now, I need to switch out. I don't want Ninjas to take a Scald because I don't want it to be burned. I know his defenses are really not that great, but he's going to end up just going for a Toxic, predicting me to switch because he knows I don't want to stay in. Now, I am going to go into Sparkram here to take the Toxic, and I figured I could probably do some damage here. If I can get this thing to stay in, I can go for a Will-O-Wisp and residually take it down. Now, he didn't know this at the time, but he actually makes a really good play on accident. Now, he's going to end up switching into Delphox here, even though he does take the 25% from the Stealth Rock damage. He's going to end up dodging the Will-O-Wisp, and I'm not going to want to stay in on this, because I really can't do much to it. He does carry the Shadow Ball, which I didn't know at the time, but I figured most likely these things carry, you know, like Fire Blast, Psychic, or Psyshock, and Shadow Ball. So I'm not trying to stay in here because I also may need the Gallade for later to help me take care of the Abomasnow. So I'm going to end up switching out here, and I really don't have anything to take a hit from this. Now, at this point, I just switched in Rhyperior because I really kind of ran out of options. Now, he's going to end up going for Sub, predicting my switch because he knows I don't want to stay in. He's going to end up going for the Fire Blast, and actually for no, you know, special defense investment or, you know, not perfect IVs and special defense, I actually take that quite well. Now I'm going to end up going for the Rock Blast because not only do I want to break the sub, but this will also give me a chance to, you know, knock it out. Now I need at least 3 hits. Now I have 2. Unfortunately, he has the Citrus Berry. Now this is going to replenish his health, and now I go from needing 3 hits, which I do get, to needing 4 hits, and he is going to live on just that minuscule amount and be able to take me out with a Shadow Ball. So now my whole defensive wall core has just fallen to the ground, is completely incapacitated. I can't do anything about it. I have to bring in one Bagato. I'm going to Revenge Kill with the U-turn, and I'm going to have to go from there. Now I need to play hyper offensively. Things are going to need to be sacrificed when you play that way. So it's going to be a little tough because I really have no defensive core here to really help me out. Now I am just going to go into Sparkram and see what I can do from here. Now I have to be careful because I no longer have anything blocking Stealth Rocks, and he's going to end up going into his Claydol here, and he does resist both my stabs. Now I completely had a brain fart here. I was like, what I should have done was switched in Ninjas before the Stealth Rocks were up. So I end up going for a bulk up, And my reasoning was like, oh, no problem. I can just go for a bulk up, and I can knock this guy out, and I should have enough health to where I could knock out the Abomasnow, and then I could work my way into the Gastrodon, and then to the Drapion. But this was definitely not my best play. This is really hurt me in the end. Now I'm going to go for a Psycho Cut, and even after +1, he is going to be able to live with just a little bit, and then be able to rapid spin the rocks away, which that's even worse. This is horrible. So now the Abomasnow is free to come in without losing any more health. The Claydol has now done its job without me stopping it, so things really aren't flying my way right now. So I will be able to knock it out with a Psycho Cut on this turn right here. Now, this is going to be able to give him a switch going into his Abomasnow. Now, I am running max HP, max attack, but I do have really good specially defensive bulk, so I should be able to take at least a hit from the Abomasnow, which I'm hoping. Now, the only thing that's really unfortunate about this event right here is the fact that I don't have Drain Punch on my Gallade, because this is Kalos born and I don't have access to Drain Punch, which is very unfortunate, because with the Blizzard, actually I do live it on just a little bit. I end up living on 12 HP here, and now I am able to get a Brick Break, and if it was Drain Punch, I would have got, you know, a lot of health back, would have let me have at least one more turn to go out and hit something hard. Now, this is going to go down. I am going to end up living a little bit, but the poison's going to end up taking me out anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Now, I have 2 Pokemon left. I have my Heliolisk, which is Scarfed, and is completely walled by his Marasqueen. So I figured my only bet is I really need to go into Ninjask here. The rocks are going to take me way down below 50%, and I'm going to go for a well-deserved MBZ Giga Impact and take out the Gastrodon. Now, unfortunately, my Ninjask is now just hanging out, waiting to be killed by his Drapion, and I have to recharge. He's going to end up going for a knockoff because, you know, what else would he go for? And that is going to kill me, and now I am just left with my Heliolisk. Heliolisk has really bad defense. I think it's like base 52 or something like that, and I did find out after the battle that he was Assault Vested, and I really don't stand a chance. The Thunderbolt that I use is going to do like, I think it does like barely 40%, something like that. Yeah, something around there. And he's going to be able to take me out with an Earthquake, and that's going to end up being the battle. So it was very close. I definitely made a little misplay in letting him get the rocks up and spin away. However, I definitely had a lot of fun with this battle. Once again, go check out his channel. I will leave the link in the description below. And look forward for more battles. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!